Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Secondary Heroes podcast. It's episode 100. Somehow we've been talking to you for 100 episodes. And joining me for this trip down memory lane, as usual, is...
Hey guys, it's Prague.
Hey, I'm sure it's a little bit more than 100 episodes, but who cares? Because we're doing the 100 today. This is DeLorean Wolfgang.
And we have a special guest joining us live from, I don't even know where, because he's always on the move.
Starkiller Base.
Who is it?
Oh, here comes the helmet.
Yeah, this is Josh.
What? It was Josh all along?
It was
Oh my
Josh
gosh.
all along.
How's it going,
Anyways,
guys?
That's where you've been. You've been on your adventures with Grogu this whole time.
Yes, he was just standing for the show. I can reveal my true self.
Very nice.
They needed you for the body double now that you've
Exactly.
been working out.
Yeah, Josh, you're looking good, man.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. Yeah.
Living your life, brother. You look good.
Life changes, man.
Yeah, life's something else right now, man. I mean, this is my last week of being a single man.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Hell.
Jeez.
Yeah, so
If you want to.
I'll be married this weekend, so I'll be a married man.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me
Nice.
check my
Congratulations,
mail.
sir.
Oh, that's right. No invite. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Welcome, Josh.
Thanks for saying
Cool.
bye.
Sorry, I step away and then I come back. Married. Sorry.
That's right. In your
I'll
new
do it.
home as well.
In my
Don't.
new home. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right, man.
This thing, whatever.
Look at this. We've got so much good stuff happening with all of us.
Yeah, a lot of
Prague
good
got a
stuff.
haircut.
I like the paper hair. Prague looks great, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jorge from the Average Nurse. Thank you for my haircut. It's very nice.
This is a great start to an episode, guys.
Excellent. It's checking in on how life is going after 100 episodes, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Been a while.
Man, 100 episodes.
With an
Right?
asterisk, yes. Quite a bit
With
more
an
than
asterisk.
100.
Most people can't even say that they made it past 2.
This is true.
I always heard, and the whole reason why I really got into podcasting was because I listened to Nerd Foo, and Nerd Foo used to say that all the time. It's such an achievement if you could get past 2 episodes, and
Mm-hmm.
I live by that, man. I love that saying because it's true. If you can, I mean, look at us. I can't believe that we still keep this thing going.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
That's
right
awesome.
behind us is the 4 Dorksmen. Those guys are about to hit their 100 as well. So
Yeah.
this is like awesome. There's so much, like, everybody's doing so well and doing this. I love it. And I love that people are still listening.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. Being able to go to San Diego Comic-Con and meet all you guys and talk about all the things that we love has been a joy. I think it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of you.
Oh, and if for those who are listening on Apple iTunes or wherever you're listening, we are recording this live right now on Twitch. So we may have questions from the commenters. Commenters?
Okay.
Commenters?
Commenters is much better than commoners.
Com-
but-
Commoners?
Wow.
Secondary commenters.
Muffy, the commoners are commenting again.
Yes, we are live in front of a studio audience.
Oh man. Okay.
But it makes sense because we are the secondary heroes.
Yeah.
That's
right. So, again, you can check us out on iTunes, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, everywhere. You just search Secondary Heroes and you can find us. If you don't join us live, you can listen to our recordings. If you listen to our recordings, and you can just have all these different ways to interact with us.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And you can always find us as well on crossthestreamsmedia.com. If you want to leave a review, you can actually leave a review right there. You can even leave a voice message, which we played one not too long ago because people seem to not like our opinions on the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. So that was always good to get those voice messages. But I'm sure we'll get to that point while we're going down memory lane.
And I do want to give a shout out to friend of the show, Ed Pogue, but Wasted. It is true that the real secondary heroes are everybody who listens to us. Because, again, without you guys, we don't have a podcast. And not only that, it just means that we're the primary people you listen to. So again, you need the secondary people to support. That's what
Exactly.
Secondary Heroes is all about.
Of course.
Yep.
Absolutely. The Pogues. I love those guys. I got their stickers. And actually, if you have watched us on YouTube at all, I have an Ed Pogue elephant wrestler. Actually, Ed, you're in the chat. What's the name of the wrestler? He's great. I love him. Mr. Pretzels, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of stickers, we do want to officially announce, hopefully everybody who's listening has bought our pins, our secondary enamel pins. But now guess what? We have stickers. And so again, if you're listening, go to Twitter. All the details to get these stickers will be available. And again, we have a Secondary Heroes sticker, the actual logo, and it's actually way cheaper than the pins. And then there's a Secondary Heroes Freddy, which has never been in any form before. And
Dude,
then
this is so sick.
there's the actual medal. And I think that somehow these stickers might tie into more merch down the road. Luckily, if you have ordered pins, I mailed them all out. So hopefully everybody's gotten them by now.
And if you're in the chat and you haven't, let us know, I guess.
Yeah. Just DM us on Twitter, man. We'll get you connected with all kinds of stuff.
That's
I
right.
can't
Woo!
Can't wait for the
Right.
Secondary Heroes songs to come out. It's gonna be fun.
So where do we
Ooh.
want to start on this trip down memory lane?
Well, do we tenet it and start with last week's episode? Or do we go back to episode 1? I don't know.
Oh, dude, Tenet. I actually thought that was a really fun episode. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even watch the movie, and I feel like I didn't even need to because
like
you
Alex.
guys.
I know, right? It's very on brand for Alex, huh?
Hey,
Hey guys,
you
I
guys did
so I
such
didn't
a
have
good
time
job.
this week to watch the movie, so I read the synopsis online. But don't worry, I got this.
I'm proud of you guys for the way that you explained that whole movie to me. I don't even need to see it now. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Go
You
back
should
and
watch
listen to
it.
that episode.
There you go.
Yeah, listen to the episode, but also watch the film.
God, I'll watch it later
Both things.
when I have the time.
Yes.
So I guess let's start at the beginning. How, like, we probably said that. Actually, let's jump around.
Hold on. Yeah, let's not start at the beginning because our first, I would say 6 episodes are just garbage.
No,
I actually went back and listened to them before this, so yeah.
No
He's like,
way.
Yeah.
So you agree.
Yeah, so the reason, like, we've told this story before about so the reason we told this story is because somehow we had a panel at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, the last time there was a San Diego Comic-Con, and who knows, it may be the last San Diego Comic-Con ever.
Yeah, we shut it down.
I don't know. But anyway, that was the panel that kind of made it applicable and realized that what we're doing makes sense, to just like see people there in person. It's one thing to talk into a microphone and throw it into the ether of the internet. It's a different to see people there.
I agree.
Yeah,
it made a big difference.
Which, I mean, I'm glad that we did the whole pre-show beforehand where we're just kind of like talking and whatnot. Well, we were talking about how to start a podcast, and then we got into the episode. And I'm kind of glad that we did that whole how-to thing first because it kind of got the jitters from doing it live. It got that totally taken care of. Because I don't know about you guys, but I was nervous as ever being up on stage in front of, our friends. And
You nervous, Alex?
I know. I don't buy it.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I was nervous. I said essentially 3 times in the first sentence.
And it was glorious.
it won't
It
be
was
the
good.
last time either.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we weren't in Hall H because that would have been terrifying to
Ooh,
that.
my
Yeah.
God.
I think I probably would have been
Well,
less scared if
well.
we were in Hall H.
That's
Because-
for 2022 when no one shows up because they're worried. And
That's
they're
right.
like, we
Like,
need
yeah,
panelists.
like-
And we're like,
Anybody that can get on stage. Okay, all right, we'll do it.
We'll talk. Ooh.
We'll do it. Soon enough, though. You never know. But it was a fun event, and anyone who was in the chat that was there, thank you for being there for our live panel at Comic-Con. It meant a lot to us. It was kind of out of the way too. If you were at the event,
Yeah.
you weren't actually at the convention center. You actually had to like cross several streets and the train tracks in the heat to get there. So we appreciate it. We knew it took out time from your day to get there. But it was great to see our
Absolutely. I
friends in
mean,
the audience. I think that
there's-
helped.
there's so much to do at San Diego Comic-Con that to take that hour away or hour and a half, whatever you spent, even to find the venue.
Yeah.
That was the other battle.
It really meant a lot to us. So we really do appreciate that to all you guys.
Yep.
Yep.
And so there we did tell the fun. So our kind of goal was how to start a pop culture podcast. And the main takeaway is our friend Sully, who helped us start from the outset. It goes back to Alex's point that most podcasts don't make it past 2 episodes. He suggested that what you do is record 3 episodes right at the start. And then you publish them the first week. So that gets recognition on iTunes. And that way you already have 3 in the bank and you realize that, yes, I can do this. You've already made it past that 2 episode point. You realize that you guys have something going. And so that's probably the biggest thing. Sit down, record, get a cache before you publish, and realize that, yes, I can do this. I can set aside time for this. I enjoy this, and I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah, it was a great point. I think without Sully, we would have been pretty lost, I would say.
Yes.
So it really helped. I mean, yeah, sure, we struggled a bit in the beginning trying to figure out, what we're going to talk about and stuff and jiving with each other. But being able to record a couple of episodes beforehand really helped.
God, we used to talk about Fortnite.
Everything, man. It was like we were like, okay, we're gonna do video games. No, we're gonna do Funko Pops. No, we're gonna do TV. No, we're gonna do movies. We're gonna bunch all together.
Yeah, we tried to have almost like a section for each thing, which was cool at first when there wasn't a pandemic and there was plenty to talk about. But then pandemic hit and it was almost like there's no movies, there's nothing to talk about. Like, what do we do?
That's right. Maddie J was always in our party playing with us when we were playing Fortnite too. That was fun.
Oh my goodness, that's right.
So thanks for joining us today there too, as well, Maddie J. So it was good times. I mean, that was our beginning. That's why we're the secondary heroes, is because of Fortnite. That's what brought us together. We met playing that game online, and I thought that we had good rapport. So we all kind of figured, hey, why don't we just do this? We liked Sully's podcast and decided to do it ourselves.
Isn't that crazy that all of this pretty much stemmed from us just talking
we're goofing around, really? Yeah,
game chat, and we were like, hey,
let's fun.
Let's record a podcast.
Pretty much worked out pretty well, I think.
Yeah. And so kind of to that point, we have a couple listener questions, and the first one comes from friend of the show, Mountain Meg, who's actually been in an episode 8 of WandaVision, and she asks,
"Oh, that's right.
What is our favorite episode?" Or so each person, what is your favorite episode that you guys remember doing, have any connection to, all that good stuff?
I don't remember any.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I got one because I know it. I mean, the What If episode.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
The What If episode was so much fun because
I don't remember it, but yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going back and re-listening to it because I really liked that we were all being pretty creative and we were all kind of coming up with something cool and interesting.
Yes, that's right.
And like for instance, what if Tom Cruise ended up being Iron Man rather than Robert Downey Jr.?
Okay.
Because that was going to happen. I mean, could you imagine the world of the MCU now with Tom Cruise
interesting
throughout the entire 20 years or however many, 10 years, 20 years? I don't know. Somebody correct me.
Been a while.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It's 2008
over
today.
10 years, fine. There we go. What about you guys?
I'll go.
Episode. Okay.
I think my favorite was I actually went back and listened to it, was the future of cons. I think we were talking about virtual cons when the pandemic first hit.
Yeah.
So I know me and Trevor were planning on going to Emerald City, and that fell through because everything started happening. So we kind of went through a list of what we expected to happen going forward. So it was good to kind of go back and listen to it to see some of the stuff that is currently happening and stuff that is not happening at all. So, but I think we did a pretty good job of at least being pretty spot on about how things will be done today. So that was a good episode.
Well, and that's actually kind of cool that you went back and re-listened to some of the episodes, because didn't you do that with Nerd Foo?
Mm-hmm.
You went back and you re-listened to a bunch of the episodes before you went to the con.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if some of our old episodes are even like, I don't know, are they still relevant? Like, does it still work? Nice.
I don't know. I didn't fall at that far. I said I just pick and choose some because I was thinking about it. It's like I figured this question would come up though, like what our favorite episodes were that we did, and then going back, I like that one a lot because it allowed us to be a little creative and kind of think in the future, which is now what, a year and a couple of months now.
Were we right about many things? Like I feel like there's a lot of stuff we were not right.
Well, I mean, I think bits and pieces of every concert. Yeah, I think a lot of it's how we talked about a lot of video.
There was a lot of more
meet and greets and stuff like that. So that's what we hit pretty on. I think the only thing that's not is like VR experiences. So I mean, maybe eventually, I don't know.
Every time that someone said that they were we're hosting a virtual con, I'm immediately thinking, so I put on my VR headset and I get to walk around a con floor. That's what's going through my head.
That's what we went with.
That's what we talked about, right? And it's like it didn't happen. I'm kind of disappointed. I would have really liked that. That would have been a lot of fun. You get to walk up to different booths and stuff and say hi to people and wait in lines, and I don't know. Kind of
Prague, do you have a favorite episode?
I mean, I really like the Artist Alley series. I know we didn't get as many views and clicks on those. But I really enjoy.
Simshu just said that too.
Yes, I really enjoyed those episodes. But I love art. I love comic art and any kind of art. So it's really nice and fun for me because that's what I miss almost the most from going to cons was getting to talk to my favorite artists at their tables. Just shooting the BS with them, talking about their art and how they came across, becoming artists and stuff, and who they met in the industry that helped them. So I kind of like those episodes. I don't know if I have a particular one that I like the most. I really enjoyed us hanging out with Nathan Hamill because he hung out with us for like 3 hours that day.
Oh my goodness, yeah,
and we got to go through all of his back catalog. He brought out all of his old sketches and stuff, and all the stories he was telling. It was so much fun. So that kind of stuff is the reason why I really wanted to do this too. Is not just hanging on talking about pop culture, but actually talking to the people that make pop culture. So that's not always what makes
the Nathan Hamill episode was stellar. He was, I mean, he didn't mind. He would talk about anything, and I'm glad that we didn't ham up the whole Star Wars thing too much with him.
Right. Yeah.
Wink. I hoped you saw where I was going there. But I mean, maybe I think that those all live on Twitch still. You can go back and rewatch
and YouTube
all of our and YouTube. Yeah, you could rewatch our Artist Alley series, which was super fun to do. I mean, now that the pandemic's pretty much coming to an end, we don't have a use for that. Oh, look at that! Wow. Sorry for our listeners. For those listening at home, can we? What was that, Trevor? I'll let you tell us.
Yeah, so from D23. No, I don't know. Yeah, from DCon 2019, Nathan Hamill was there. Yeah, and so they had the actual official Mark Hamill pops, and he has that. His son designed the shirt, and so he's wearing the shirt on the pop. And he actually Nathan Hamill was their sign, and he put "I Heart Lava Bear," which is his little design studio.
Very nice.
Oh, dude. I miss going to DCon. DCon was so much fun. Actually, if you go onto our YouTube, those are our first videos, is walking around DesignerCon. Mm-hmm. Me and Trevor.
I'm sure you guys did that.
Yeah.
You did some lives there too on Periscope.
That was our first time doing a Artist Alley.
I mean, think of the con stories. Like, since we started, we went to Emerald City Comic Con where I had food poisoning. Mm-hmm. Then we went to WonderCon where it was like that was a weird WonderCon. And then there was DCon, there was San Diego Comic Con where we'd have the panel right away. Yeah. Then we planned on
episodes were we in. How many episodes were we in when we did San Diego Comic Con? Like, should we have even been there?
So we started in February and it was in July. So if you do one episode a week, that's like episode 16 or something.
All about how you present yourself, right? How you put in the application.
Right?
It's true, man.
All about that application.
It's true.
Thank goodness for the library.
Mm-hmm.
They had openings. Worked
Actually,
out.
and that decon was, I believe that was the first time I ever met Ricky, SD Comic Con dad, who
Dang.
is like one of
Yeah.
my very, very close friends right now. I love that guy.
Oh.
Right now. It
Yeah,
soon
he's
can
your,
change.
He's your side. Could change with all this cryptocurrency.
Oh yeah.
To the moon!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, we're not getting
That's
into
that's a
cryptocurrency, but if
different
you want me
podcast.
to, I will.
That's a different secondary crypto.
You know what?
We're good.
Hold on. Let's see.
Well, we might
Can
lose
use-
him to another podcast. Let's not.
We'll use that as our logo. Oh, good stuff.
But also, I do want to give also a shout out to the Arthur's Alley, just because some of the stuff behind me, like right here, I have a Mandalorian and Grogu print. That's by Jeff Victor. He was pretty outstanding guest.
Yeah.
And then I have this little Mickey right here. It's by Jared Mariyama, another outstanding Artist Alley guest. That was a really
He
fun
lives in San
series.
Diego.
Yeah, it was a
God,
good
that
series,
was.
you know? Oh well.
Yeah.
Maybe again someday. We shall see.
Maybe someday.
Maybe. Or maybe we'll do live movie watches.
And Ed did ask a question. So Bud Wasted asked, did we have any artists that refused us? And so I was mainly the point of contact and not many people refused. It's more you don't get any response at all. Refusal is cool. Like there's always three options. There's yes, no, and nothing. People always think no is the worst. Nothing is the worst.
Yeah.
It's a nerdy, curious point. Being ghosted by anyone, especially if you just want them on your podcast to talk about their stuff and literally be a PR point for their work, and they don't even get back to you.
It's weird. But hey,
It's kind of
not
weird.
every artist likes to be on camera too. There's a lot of artists that don't.
That's fair.
So, yeah, I tried to get a good buddy of mine on, and he's like, "No, I don't want to be on camera." I'm like, okay.
And also, I mean, I do want to give a shout out some of our friends, including Julie Beauvais, who designed our outstanding logo,
Yeah.
as well as Tanner, who designed Bat Boy, and then Austin Funko Hunko, who's been in the chat with Kelly AOK. They've all actually drawn live for request. It wasn't just coming and talking about their existing art.
And I love that Julie is also like she's made a career out of it as well. I mean, she's now.
Which is fantastic.
Oh my god, I love it. Make sure you follow her on Instagram. It's at Yeet Grimes. At Yeet Grimes, and her art is fantastic. She's just so good.
Yeet. Is it
Yeet. Remember
Sorry,
when we
I'm a
said
little
that on like
old,
episode
man.
8?
I'm getting old now, so like saying yeet sounds goofy for me. Oh god. Oh geez, Prague.
I'm
Why
glad
would-
the listeners didn't get to see that, Jim.
Oh, Prague just dabbed into the camera.
I know
That's
you told them. All right.
well, yeah, because it
Okay.
makes it more funny if I tell them that you dabbed.
I could also floss if you want to.
Nope.
Say.
We're moving on. What's next? What are we talking about next?
Well, so we
You
do
can't see me,
have.
but I'm doing it.
Do you guys have a favorite, like non-artist guest? Since we covered the artists, do you guys remember a guest that you love? Because we've had, Cam and Sully from Funko when they were part of
Oh,
Funko.
non-artist.
We've had,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, Yoko when she was
Oh.
part of Figpin. We've had the founders of Figpin on.
I
We've had all
have
kinds of stuff.
I have one right off the top of my head. I know it. The reunion of Nerd Foo was so good for me.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Episode 60.
I was kind of hoping
I-
they would come back too, but that's right. It was good to at least
I
talk to them
love
together.
their show. Their show was so solid, so good.
Yeah.
Everything, like they had it down. They're the ones, like I said earlier, they're the ones who really got me into podcasts. Like they were the first podcast I ever listened to. And if it ever comes up again, you better believe I'll be there listening.
Very nice.
Yeah. How about you, Josh?
That was a good choice. Maybe Corgi, because I believe he was our first guest.
Oh, he was our
Oh,
first guest.
shout out to
times.
Corgi Commander.
Yeah,
Corgi
I miss that guy.
man.
I know.
I do
But no, I
too.
think it's good. He was a good help on when we're prepping for. I guess we were preparing for Emerald City Comic Con.
That's right,
Year,
yeah,
so he was
that's
kind of
right.
Yeah,
giving
he gave
tips.
con tips. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was good because I mean,
Oh, the
that's who I learned
con
from.
tips episodes. Oh, they were so good.
Those are still valid, okay? Whenever a con happens again, because
I think
Corgi, he
so.
recommended antibacterial hand soap and
right.
all that kinds of stuff. Like,
He's prepping for today.
yeah,
He was ahead of his time.
always be washing your hands when you're at cons before you eat. Pretty much after you walk the show floor, get to a bathroom and wash your hands.
Right away.
Maybe we revisit those episodes, like to redo those episodes before the next big con, because we're gonna have. I Nerdy Curious is exactly correct. Con crud is real.
Yep.
Trevor knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I say, shout out to Saltine Crackers.
Shout out to
Just one day you
saltine
get
crackers.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I just thought. Remember doing our episode in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a cool
We
ep-
did
that was a cool
live
moment.
in Funko Hollywood episode with a bunch of
Funko
friends.
Hollywood.
Mhm.
Dude, that was
was great.
oh in the hotel room. I believe it was Corgi's suite, and we had Damien. Was Austin there? No.
No, it was
No.
Christina,
Coach JD.
Robbie,
Yeah.
Geek
Ben,
Together, yeah.
Gary.
Yeah, Ben, Gary.
Gary.
From the Ben and Gary podcast.
Gary. Yep. No, that was.
I
a lot
really
of
wish
fun.
they would have made something because their logo was perfect, man.
Exactly. No, it was a
You
fun
know what I
episode.
should do is
Why
Go
we
ahead.
had them there with us. We had our friends with us in the audience. So it was great. And we got to take their questions, live too.
Yeah.
We passed around the mic around the room. Damon did a
right.
great job of hooking us up with all the
Mhm.
equipment there, so we can do it while we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun behind the scenes pictures too. If you check
Mhm.
our
Yes.
thanks to Coach JD. Coach JD also took all the pictures at our SDCC panel.
Yep.
Yeah, he makes
Yep.
us look hot.
Oh, dude, he made us look real good.
That was such a good episode because every live person who was there had a different favorite section of Funko Hollywood. Like, we didn't plan it out, but every single one. I like the anime section. I like Game of Thrones. I like Stranger Things. I like Star Wars. It was perfect.
It worked out really well. That whole
Actually-
weekend was fun.
I'm pretty sure that was the last time we all got together
Yep.
Yep.
Aw.
Jeez.
because we
Don't
took the
say
picture in
stuff
front of
like
the
that.
Hollywood sign. Remember when we went up there? Dude, that was so
That's why
good.
we updated our profile pic because
Yep.
it's the last picture.
Ooh, profile pic. Hey,
Mm.
I'll put that on my. Never mind. Hey, thanks for
What
the
are you
Go
putting it
Bucks.
Uh,
All right. Anyways, that was a fun little recap. What else we got there, Trevor?
so, El Loco, Sean, he asked, do we have a favorite blooper moment? And so I have two. That
I'm gonna get out of
instantly
here. I'll
come to
see you
mind.
guys. It's fun.
I don't know if I want to be here for this one
Do,
either.
do I think I know what you're talking about, Trevor? I mean,
There's
I,
two.
I have a good. I have
myself.
one.
Go, Josh.
Yeah.
So, what is the? Was it Alex that said, "Do you want to see my banana painting?"
Oh, my banana painting.
Whoa.
He's like, hey, Josh, do you want to see my banana painting? Or is that the episode that Julie's on talking
that was
about
Julia.
it?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
he
it
asked
was.
Julie of everyone to ask.
Josh goes, whoa.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Wow, this is a
That was
lot more
solid
fun than I
one.
thought.
That was a solid one. I don't want to say any because I know they're going to be mine.
I can't even really think of any bloopers.
Well, there's the really classic one where Prague rarely gets fired up. He's pretty even kill on this show. But for some reason, we talked about Wizard of Oz and Prague dropped the F word. Like, we have a clean podcast. And that was the one time that Prague has messed up.
Sorry.
We're talking about the book and the movie, right? Is that what it
Yep.
was?
So
Such a
I
classic.
like to listen to the podcast because I like to better myself. Hi, Cheesemo, I see you in there. Get back, text me back.
Mm.
And
Hey,
so
Chi.
at the beginning, so we like to keep the show as clean as possible. From here and there, a curse might
happen.
slip through, but
Yeah.
Trevor used to add a car horn for when someone cursed. And I'm driving down the interstate and I'm just minding my own, listening to the podcast, and I'm like, whoa! And then it would happen. I'm like, good. Is someone near me? Like, Trevor, you edited that car horn so loud that it sounded like someone was beeping at me the entire time I was on the interstate. I think that might have been the time that you got fired, or Prague got fired up from the Wizard of Oz thing.
Well,
Yeah,
it
probably
does
was.
remind me of a bunch of car horns. Is the episode with Truck Torrance, the creator of
Oh,
Dumpster
yeah.
Fire.
I love that
forgot
guy.
he was
Yeah,
a guest
he-
on our show.
Oh,
He can
and
no.
swear.
that was one to edit.
Mr. Swear Engine. That's for sure.
Actually, I think I
Oh.
filled a page. I because I was writing down time code, filling pages.
He's such an interesting guy, and it has. I mean, I love Dumpster Fires, but wow.
He likes the F bombs.
And one-word
Oh.
answers.
That was one
Yeah.
of our first interviews of someone
Was
who
it?
wasn't a friend we didn't know previously.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like it was
someone outside.
awkward too. Yeah, you're trying to fill somebody out too. Like, okay, how are we gonna jive with this person since we
Right.
don't really know them? Yeah, so it happens. You just gotta
Now,
work through it.
I know that a lot of other episodes or a lot of other podcasts talk about this from time to time, but
Mhm.
lost episodes. I know that we have 2 that we got rid of, that we dumped. It was very awkward. We had a guest that really did not work out at all.
We don't know what you're talking about. It never happened.
That's true. I don't even know why I brought it up.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
You know what?
It's lost.
I have a feeling
But I
we
agree
should
with
move
you.
on.
Oh no, I was just being funny about it. But yes, you're right.
Yes, lost episodes, man. I'm actually curious if some of our other podcast friends have had their lost episodes, and if it was because of anything other than
Like
like technical issues.
Right.
Because I don't think that we've scrapped any episodes ever.
Well,
I
so
don't think so.
luckily we record with video, and by recording with video, we have a backup. Because like with Nathan Hamill, I think after minute 4, his entire audio cut out. Even on our Tenet episode, it
the
kind of
Tenet episode too.
it messed up with Prague's audio, but
Sorry, that's my
you
bad.
have the video backup, so it just goes to worse quality. But since it seems like people in the chat are interested, we had a cosplayer come on to kind of talk about cosplay, and it was kind of like the Truck Torrance interview, but without somebody who designs Dumpster Fire and is really neat and cool. And that was I pretty much told the guys we can't publish this. There's nothing salvageable. Alex wanted me to edit it and like find these good parts, and there was maybe like a few good minutes, but after 50 minutes, it's like, nah.
Yeah. And nothing against this person. Like
No,
I like this
absolutely
person,
not.
It's great, but like it was like some people just can't podcast.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
She's
There's nothing wrong with
interesting,
that.
especially when once we started the podcast, like when we weren't recording in the pre-show, she's really interesting. But once we transitioned over it,
It's the stage personality isn't quite
Right. Now, yeah, then now I feel bad that I brought it up. I don't even know why I did.
it's okay. It
But it's a
happens.
good
We had 100
reminder that
episodes.
things happen. Yeah, things happen.
Yeah.
No,
All
not
kinds of
every
stuff
episode is
happens.
going to be great. It's the way it is.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway,
Do you guys think we have a worst episode?
Yes, episode 1.
Episode.
I only say episode 1 because, and the only reason why I think that that's the worst episode is because I had a really like junk microphone that I paid $10 for on like eBay or something like that.
Mhm.
And my audio sounds like absolute garbage. Not saying that it sounds any better, but
No,
Yeah,
the
I'm
fun
trying to
part
think.
about episode 1 is we talked about the Lego movie, and
That's all
Chris Pratt is in it, and he's also in Jurassic World. And I called him Owen, which is his Jurassic World character, even though in Lego movie he's called Emmett. And I called him Owen every single time throughout that entire episode.
I would never have known because I had no idea what his name was in either movie. So you would have been like, I'm sure, Owen, whatever, Brent, Joe, I think his name is.
yeah. Do you guys have Prague? Do you have a least favorite?
No, because I can't remember any of them.
Man,
Least
dude, age
favorite-
is
It's
hitting
Froggy
you
and
hard.
old, man. That old,
Yeah, I
old Frog joke is
I had to
probably
stay
our
on
best
brand.
running bit.
You didn't text him.
That
You
is-
would have forgot about today.
Yeah.
What was that?
If you didn't text him today, you would have forgot about today.
I'm like, what? Today's Monday?
Let me get my bifocals. I can't read on the giant screen on my phone.
Oh, is that what
Yeah.
the M means on my pillbox order? Oh. Wow, I thought it was for May. We're in May.
Somehow, and I'm still not even sure how this joke even came to be, but I mean, we still are running on old Prague jokes.
They'll
It
always be
happens.
good. At our panel, to give away the pop, we asked, what is the best old Prague joke?
That's right. Oh my god.
Oh, Prague.
Oh boy, indeed. Yeah.
Can't
I don't know,
very
maybe
well
they-
have been young Prague jokes. Of course not, because Jesus was coming back from the dead at that point.
pretty much.
Okay.
You know, I feel like there were a couple of episodes. I can't say specifically, but I knew there were a few episodes where we just kind of ran out of steam halfway through, and we didn't know what to do. Like whatever episodes there were,
And
there
then we
were
go
a
to
couple of
Google.
those. You're like,
We
you're like,
had a chain
oh,
in
listing,
the,
like listing stuff.
Yeah, the late 30s, early 40 episodes. We
Mhm.
had listicles of like back to
I don't
school
like those.
movies, and
Presidents.
yeah,
Oh,
by
dude,
the end we're
president.
just like, oh,
We're just making
this
up
guy
topics.
was a president.
Yep, we were
Yeah,
just making them up as
so-and-so.
we go.
Was a president in this film? I think. Wait, okay. Yeah, it was
Oh,
bad. Did not care
yeah.
for those.
Okay, let's not relive those bad moments, man. Come on. I'm getting red because I'm embarrassed right now talking
Aw,
about them.
don't be embarrassed.
Oh, come on,
It's
DeLorean.
fun.
Oh.
Anyway,
Well-
so what other questions we have then?
Well, I mean, I do want to go like back to the. I never said my favorite episode because I've been thinking this whole time, and one of the people in the chat, Mallard, I don't know,
Mallard R.
I don't know how to pronounce that, but they said our Game of Thrones finale episode, and I have to admit that's probably when we really got into hot takes, or at least
Yeah.
I really got into hot takes.
I like that episode.
That's
the only
that's
episode I
a
was
really a fiery episode.
Well, I
That was
love
fiery.
that Violet even mentions that you had to binge watch the entire show so you could.
Oh, so she remembers. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
I watched it all the way to the end. Waste of time.
the bitter end.
You gotta go all in.
Those were good hot takes, though, man.
Because
But, I
before that, we didn't really stand for anything. We kind of just like, oh, I was doing like spoiler-free reviews, and we were like, oh, look, this came out, and let's have fun. The Game of Thrones, I think, it was so bad that even Alex got into having to
We
criticize it.
found our brand. We're like, there it is. Hot takes. Ruining everything you love. We will destroy it and burn it.
But it is funny that like we did kind of make a turn. Like we were trying a lot of experimental shows. Like we were doing the secondary shorts for a while, and then and those were fun. I really like doing those just because it's just a total free for all where we're just goofing off.
Yeah, it became harder during the pandemic because we didn't have like as many current things.
Of
Mhm.
course,
So,
yeah. But when we did Game of Thrones, and then when did we start? What was the next series that we started right after Game of Thrones? Was Mandalorian?
Well, not
Maybe
really.
was there something
Not
before
right
that?
after, but I mean, I think we saw the benefits of doing Game of Thrones, and when we knew Mandalorian was coming out, that was like a perfect dive
Yeah,
in.
you need an appointment viewing type of series. You can't be like,
Oh,
oh, this show has like some kind of buzzy trending to it. It has to be like 75 million people are watching this show. This is a big deal. We know what we're doing for the next 8 weeks or whatever.
Exactly, like Mando or WandaVision, which has
Yeah.
like the pull of all social media. It's like, oh my god.
Or maybe Loki. I don't know.
Are we gonna do Loki? Is that happening?
You know what we might do though? I don't know when it's going to launch, but I think Stranger Things season 3 episode is one of my favorite episodes of all time, just because we jammed the whole season into one episode.
Into what? Yeah.
Did we
That was
really?
before Comic Con.
Didn't we?
Oh my gosh.
That episode was like an hour and a half, and we were like, let's
Oh,
cram
yeah.
all 8
Okay.
episodes into one. So when Stranger Things season 4 comes out, we might do episode by episode.
Might be a better idea.
Well, but
Even if
that's hard
Netflix
to
drops
do.
it all at once, I still don't think like I feel like the show is worth it.
It might. I mean, there are
I
other
agree.
shows that are bingey that people do that with. So yeah, why not?
We might as well. You know what? And you know what, Josh?
I'll come back for that.
You're a Stranger Things kind of guy.
Yeah.
You are. You are.
I
kinda
may even
like it.
watch the
Okay.
show one episode per week. Just to be excited and right there.
He's
right
like,
there,
"Ah."
guys. I can't think of the words. I'm a really good podcaster that can't
Well,
say
I think
proper
nowadays I could probably do that because I can't binge watch anymore.
Yeah.
I actually
That's
binge
kinda
watched
nice.
Harry Potter recently, so
Ah,
yeah.
I
okay.
did that
Do
one
we have
time.
a lesson we learned from the pandemic? Because Prague mentioned how it takes away a lot of like you can't go to the movies, so that takes away that aspect of it. And then TV at first they dumped a bunch, and then we went to this lull where there was like nothing coming out. Mandalorian kind of saved us.
True.
Oh man.
It really did.
Any podcasting lessons learned?
I'm trying to think. Here's the thing: is the fact that we were so open to try something new and open to just be. I mean, and that's the thing. We had to be versatile. We had to adjust ourselves with what was going on. And I think what we did was we adjusted the proper way by doing what everybody else was doing. But here's the
that's a
thing:
good point.
everybody else was all sunshine and roses with all of these Marvel shows and Mandalorian and all that stuff. And I felt like we came in with a different take. I mean, we didn't like everything we saw. We actually gave it like a fair criticism.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see too much of that happening out there. Because people obviously want views, and the views are going to be the ones where everyone's like, "I like everything all the time." And I enjoy what I enjoy, but I will also be critical of things. I can still enjoy the things I'm critical of. We mentioned that a lot. Just because we're critical of something doesn't mean you can't enjoy it too.
We said that so many times during Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Doesn't seem
Everybody
to sink in,
loves
though, for
Marvel,
people.
but you know what?
Yeah.
We're allowed to criticize it because we love it.
Exactly. They're not perfect. Nothing
Exactly.
is.
That's good.
Not even Star
Actually,
Wars.
Josh, what did you think of Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I haven't watched it.
It's waste of time. Listen to us instead.
You saved yourself.
I haven't seen WandaVision either.
So
Josh.
Then you don't know that it's Mephisto all along.
Mephisto.
Right.
Well,
Mephisto.
Ruined it.
Spoiler.
Social media ruined it for me anyways.
Yep.
Something about dancing and people turn on different colors.
Something about dancing. It's like Footloose. It's practically
Yeah.
Footloose.
It is. It's Footloose. There you go.
Like the town, you're not allowed to dance, but if you're a witch, you can kind of make it happen.
Oh,
Yeah. See,
okay.
you don't need to see it. Just listen to my review of it right now.
I like
That's
it.
actually a fun future podcast. Mess up the storytelling of what an actual show is.
Well,
Try to
like
describe it
we-
as terribly as possible.
That wouldn't last very long. That would take us maybe 15 minutes, and we'd be like, okay, and now what? We have
That's
a lot
fair.
of ideas like that. They're like really great. We talk about it and we scrap it. And then the next day we talk about another one, we scrap it until we get to the day of a podcast. And then we're like, I guess we're just going to watch this movie. So, I don't
Violet,
know.
I watched all the Harry Potter movies. That's the latest thing we watched. So I just finished, was it the last one? Saturday. So I'm watching Fantastic Beast right now.
And you've watched all of them through already.
Yeah,
right?
all through. Yeah. So the deal is that I
This is a
can't marry her
rewatch.
until I watch all of them. So I have until Friday to finish them.
Wait, you haven't watched all of them?
Well, Fantastic Beast. I haven't finished Fantastic Beast.
Okay.
So the last
But
one.
what-
Fantastic
Harry
Beasts is
Potter, was Harry Potter a rewatch for you or not?
No, it's the first time ever watching Harry Potter.
Why did
First
I not
time
know
ever.
this?
I've read
Oh my
some of the
gosh.
books, but I've never watched the films.
You're not missing anything with the films, but it's okay.
It's
It was
rough.
pretty good. I mean,
It's
it's
not bad.
I mean, I've seen
I
all
love
these pops that
I
people
like
will
the
cringe
movies.
over, and I can identify
And I
them
like 'em.
with the characters now.
Well, there you go. Very nice.
I don't
Now I know
mind
who
the
that
movies,
Snape
but I watched them when I was much younger.
They're fun. Have
Yeah.
fun with it. It's movies. Have fun. They're not as good as the books,
Movies.
obviously. Obviously, the books are great. Read the books.
Yep.
If you have a choice, read the books.
So
Anyway.
we have a question from Night Bodega, aka Manny. He says,
Oh boy.
"What does the future of secondary heroes look like?"
Oh, this is it. We didn't tell them our spoiler that this is our last episode. We were
This
gonna
is
say
it,
that to the
folks.
end.
This is our
Oh.
sayonara. This
That's
is our
it.
big
That's
coup de
This is it.
grace. Actually, and then next week it'll be like a total surprise for people when they, unless they just hit the unfollow.
I know. They're like,
immediately.
oh, screw it. Unfollow.
Oh, these guys are
delete.
done. They're washed up now.
Forget these guys. I'm deleting them
No,
right
this isn't
now.
the end for us. I think we're gonna stick with still doing reviews of movies now that new movies are coming out. We'll probably do that type of stuff. Yeah, possibly a new series. Could be Loki. We do like to stick with our Marvel and Disney Plus stuff. So
Yeah, I
It's just
think we're going to
easier for us
refine
to
it.
do stuff like that.
Yeah, because you guys, all of our listeners should see how many topics we've never done. The
Oh my
list of
God,
topics
yeah.
we haven't done is way longer than 100.
Yeah, we've come up with quite a bit, but we also realize that there's not enough there to talk about for a whole hour. It's like it's fun to talk about for like 5 to 10 minutes, as casual conversation, but to actually have a full blown topic on things is a lot harder than it looks and seems.
Yeah,
It
to
really
make it
is.
last an hour.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough for sure. And so I think we're going to go away from the minute by minute breakdown and more of kind of jumping around. Here's the highlights, here's the lowlights, that kind of stuff.
And yeah, let us know if you listened to our latest episode about Tenet. We kind of did that with that in a way. So if you like that, let us know. If you prefer that rather than just breaking it down for the beginning of the, movie or episode to the end.
Yep.
We'll see. We enjoyed it.
I'm
I think.
excited for
It's
the
fun.
next 100 episodes because hopefully more movies and TV shows and hype comes out. I need some hype. I need pop culture hype.
Right. Yeah, that's what we're kind of missing. There's like nothing out there right now that's getting like any kind of news. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like when you scroll through Twitter, it's just like, oh, hey, here's a trailer of a new movie that's coming out. Hey, here's Venom and Carnage. Check it out.
It doesn't last long too. Like sometimes
No,
I get
yeah,
that,
it
like
goes
the
really
Carnage
quick.
stuff, and it'll last like maybe like 4 to 5 hours, and the next day people forgot about it. There's not that. Like I think WandaVision worked because it was a series, just like Falcon the Winter Soldier worked because it was a series every week. You got people talking about it and bringing you back. But if it's a one-off, it's a lot harder now through the pandemic to keep the momentum for that.
Yeah.
So
But I will say I am very excited for Venom and Carnage.
I bet you're not, sir.
I am. Are you kidding me?
Really?
The fact
Did you turn
that
your ship around?
what? The fact that we can now understand Ed Hardy. Is that his name? Ed Hardy?
Tom.
No.
Tom Hardy. Ed Hardy is the goofy clothing, isn't it?
Designer, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Well,
That's
Tom
fun.
Hardy.
That's funny.
You can actually understand him in this. Like in the trailer for the old movie. Oh, dude, that was god awful. You couldn't even understand what he said in that. And the whole movie you couldn't understand him. In this, you can actually understand
the whole
him.
movie. I know what you're talking about.
I'm Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
I got a
see?
virus.
Exactly.
Watch out for my
It's easy.
virus.
It always reminds me of Strong Bad. Sorry.
Oh, it's-
But I actually really like Alex's version of Tom Hardy is great. I like it.
Yes, it's the
I
best.
love that
It's
you
the
brought up
best.
Strong Bad. I feel like Strong Bad. The only time I ever hear Strong Bad is whenever I'm listening to the Four Dorksmen, because Clint also brings up Strong Bad all the time, and I'm like, I'm so glad that I'm not the only one who grew up with Strong Bad. And Trogdor, the Burninator. Sorry, okay, I'm done. I'm not talking about Strong Bad, even though they should make a movie or a TV series out of that. Oh, bring it back, baby, bring it back. Gotta check the email.
Anyway.
Okay.
We're coming close to an end of the episode. We got to talk about a few more things here before we wrap things up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We
What do you
do.
think, Trevor? Any other
I have.
suggestions
You
in the
guys
chat?
lead. I'm done. I came up with that.
know,
I don't have any other notes.
It was a
By all
good
means,
run.
Prague, lead the ship.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Leadership,
Captain,
okay.
my captain.
So we're going to talk about Wizard of Oz and the Land of Oz.
Oh
for the
my
rest of the episode.
God, dude.
So my idea for bringing all the books
So
to stream.
old.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
It's a
you're
movie
forever-
from the 20s or something, dude.
I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the. Oh, you're gonna make me lose my mind.
Hold on.
then?
The
I
book?
almost said the S word.
The book? You're going
talking
even
about the movie.
older?
Yes.
Or Alex, there's a bunch of it's books plural. It's not book.
Oh my goodness gracious bodacious.
Getting angry, sir.
Hey, I think it's good. Well, hold up. What did you think of the Franco Wizard of Oz?
I will never watch that piece of crap.
You never watched it?
Never will.
How do
Why?
you know that it
Why would
wasn't
I?
the
Doesn't
greatest
matter. Doesn't
Wizard
matter.
of Oz greatest thing of all time? Goat. Call it the goat.
No. Hard pass. No thanks.
You got Franco. You got Mila Kunis.
The character of Oz doesn't matter. Why are they making a movie about him? Pointless.
Because
Stupid
it's Hollywood, man. They need to make money off of anything and everything.
So to the chat, what do you prefer? Do you want us to like not have hot? Do you actually like our hot takes? Is that like what brings you to us, or do you hate the fact that we hate on your stuff? Because we need to know that. We need
How
to
much
know if
stuff
you're
do we actually hate on? I mean,
Quite
at the
a
end of the
lot.
day, we still like
Quite a
stuff.
lot. No, we do like a lot of stuff too. But I do wonder if people like are put off by us having hot takes, or if they actually enjoy them. So.
Josh, is that why you left us?
Oh,
He's
I
like,
thought
I
you
didn't
said
have
we
for
had
this.
hot cakes, but I don't.
Oh no, okay, sorry. Is that why you came on the show? We thought we had hot takes?
Secondary
Yeah.
hotcakes, man. We could make mix, like pancake mix. I wonder if you can brand pancake mix. Okay, I'm writing down note.
Oh. Cheesemo says he comes for the DeLorean Wolfgang singing.
I bet he does.
I would love to know what was the last episode that I actually did do a sing song on. That was awful. I hated doing the sing song after a while. At first I was
Yeah,
like,
I was
ooh,
doing
I'm
that
so
for a
excited
while.
about this. And then it became like, we would almost spend almost 2 hours
No joke.
figuring out
No joke.
lyrics before we started recording. We would start recording at like 9:00 at night our time.
It was the worst.
The best
Yeah.
one was when we didn't start the fire
Oh,
with
where we
a
all had
recap of
lyrics.
all of our episodes. That was the best song, and that one took forever.
That really did. Oh my goodness.
Dude.
That was awful.
You know what, Trevor? You should edit that song in.
Just for old time's sakes.
Old
No.
time's sake, so people
Let's
can go,
not.
oh wow, they really did do that, and then they turn us off again. Actually, if they made it this far, congratulations.
Thanks for reaching the end of the episode. It's amazing. That you
As
have.
Nerdfu used to say, achievement unlocked.
Oh. And Cheesemo is
You know,
huge.
every time that they said that, I always was like, who's this cheese guy? Why do they keep bringing up cheese? And now
Right,
I
who's
know
this
him.
guy?
He's in
And now
chat.
we've met him
I
in
love
person.
this guy. He's so good.
He's a freaking weirdo.
He calls me a hottie, so I like it.
No, he's a great guy. Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Cheesemo. Anyways,
I
that's all I got. I
suppose
think
yeah,
me
I think
going
we
off
kind
and
of
almost
wrap it
throwing and
all up.
dropping another F-bomb on the episode. I think I need to stop. Please. Sorry.
Awesome.
Anyways,
So
It's been great.
to all of the true secondary heroes out there who've listened this long, joined our lives, interact with us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. We really appreciate it. It all matters to us. Thank you for 100 episodes. Here's
That's
to
right.
the next 100 episodes.
Yes.
To everyone
Yep.
listening, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next time.
Prog out.
See ya.
Adios, y'all.